Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 4th of June 2021. It's actually my third video today, so seem to be coming thick and fast, although part of the reason is because I've got the day off today. Postponed job, so one of those things that happens when you're self-employed. But I've noticed that these variants, COVID variants, are just coming thick and fast from everywhere. So let's go through them, shall we? Obviously we've got the original Chinese variant, haven't we? And we've got the one that's causing the biggest news at the moment, the Indian variant. I've just heard in the last couple of days that we're also looking at a Thai variant, a Nepalese variant, and a Vietnamese variant. And then of course we've got the UK variant, which I'm going to start calling the fish and chip variant because have you noticed the theme seems to be these variants come from, or kind of called after countries with renowned cuisines worldwide. So what's the betting that the next variants are going to be the French variant and maybe the Turkish variant? Let's have a guess at those two places, shall we? And honestly, are they taking the proverbial here? Because it certainly seems that way to me, doesn't it? So that's just a thought. Moving on, I saw just literally finished as I got the day off, the live stream of today's UK column news, and a particularly good one to watch today because it had Professor Dolores Cahill on it, at least for the first part of the programme. And she was coming out with some really interesting stuff. Apparently her and her sort of colleagues that she's working with are planning on actually serving notices on these kind of government people, whether it's the health ministers and the government advisors and everyone else kind of complicit in this. I think they're shortly going to be serving notice on them to provide evidence, hard evidence of why they're doing this. And if that evidence isn't forthcoming, it sounds like they're going to start, taking sort of further measures on them, legal measures. And to use her words, this is about 40 minutes into the programme. She said, even if you end the lockdowns, we're not going away. And and when she said that, I literally sort of went, yay, sort of punched my sort of fist up in the air, and I said, we are not going to go away until all these people are held to account for what they've done. And I'm going to count myself as one of those people as well. Yeah, and I think one of the things they're going to be held account for, of course, is, sure you all know by now, the Portugal thing is one of the very few places that we could go to internationally from the UK at least. It was on what they call the green list. Well, that's just come off the green list. It's been announced just in the last day or so that it's coming off the green list and going into amber, I guess it is, taking effect, I believe it's Tuesday. And causing a lot of ill feeling, not least from the travel industry and of course all the people stuck out in Portugal. So here we go again. This is exactly what happened last year, isn't it? So you go travelling to a country that was, approved, only to find while you're out there that it went into an unapproved category. And then when you come back, of course, you're sort of faced with all these quarantine things and having to sort of pay out loads of money for these hotels that you've got to quarantine yourself in. So it's just one of those things that is repeating itself. History repeating itself, isn't it? So how much more of this stuff are we going to take? Because believe you me, if this kind of thing carries on and they go back on their promises of the 21st of June using the Indian variant or whatever, they're going to sort of just find the amount of people like us are going to just grow more and more and more and more. And one bit of news, it's not really confirmed yet, but the next London shopping trip I've heard is the 26th of the month, 26th of June. So that I'm going to have to sort of confirm it, but I've heard from about 2 or 3 different sources that is the likely date, and it seems to be a recurring theme, kind of last Saturday in the month for the big one, and then there are probably going to be smaller ones around and about as well. So if you're interested in going, you might want to pencil that date into your diaries. But if they go back on the 21st, I think the 26th, if that's the day it ends up happening, the next shopping trip, that is going to be huge. We're going to be looking at more like 2 million people on the next London shopping trip. Of course, I've got to say things like this shopping trip business. I really hate having to do this, self-censorship thing. Obviously, I'm sure you can guess what I'm referring to by shopping trip, but that's just the way I've got to kind of refer it to, or refer to it as. So I'll leave it there. I'll be putting the latest UK column news onto my website under the must-see videos. And I don't know if you visited that yet, but I'm kind of putting the clickable links for the UK column news. Looks like almost like these pill-shaped kind of buttons that you sort of click on. And at the moment they're black, but I think for the UK column news ones, I might be changing the colour to red, for red pill. So, by the way, I'll have to explain that to you if you don't know what red pilling means. A lot of you will do, but there seems to be quite a few people who don't know what it is. So if you want me to, I can explain that in a future video. But I think that might be an appropriate move to make the UK column links on my site into red pills, because it's very appropriate. I'll be back either later today or possibly tomorrow morning. I'll leave it there. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.